Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JacobViral for a big build update today for the basically an update from last video. If y'all haven't watched it, be sure to check out my channel. I posted about 2 weeks ago for you guys to check out. So let's go ahead and start doing a big walk around. Today I'll be showing y'all the amplifiers. So in the front, I haven't really showed too much discussion on it, but I don't have a front battery. You'll see the electrical in a minute when I show the amps. All I have is just some wood with some terminals to mount my zero gauge to. It's running to my 2 alternators. It's trashy and ugly. I just want to say up front, guys, that this build is not going to be like your normal build you see on my demo videos I do. This is completely unique and different, trashy looking and ugly. And I also would like y'all to comment what you think I'll do on the meter once y'all see the power. Go ahead and comment and tell me what you think I'll be doing on the meter, and I'll be putting that up in the video in upcoming weeks as well. So let's see who gets the closest. All right, so I have a 390 CES alternator and I think it's a 350 JS alternator. That's all I need to show y'all for electrical. I don't have any front battery. The wood is literally here just to hold the posts. So I don't have a fancy vehicle. It's a 2006 Ford Explorer. No special mods in it. The whole inside is almost gutted basically because of the stereo system I have. So since the last video, I haven't done anything to my doors. The only thing I did to my doors was the tape on the wood. That's the only thing I've done to the doors. So, and here's for the subs. I got the subwoofers installed. Nothing's really changed. The only thing I changed with the subs was the sealed section. The sealed section is currently at 1.75, right around 1.7 to 1.8 cubes sealed per sub. And the ported section of this 4th order is 40.5 to 41 cubes ported. And since the last update, I had wood here. Now I literally just put a PVC here, and I put a PVC on this end. So it's a pretty big port. I'm obviously going to shrink it down once I get the subs to break in fully. I only got about 4.5 hours of full playtime on it so far. So that's all I got on it so far. So I need at least 10 to 12 hours before I can say I have them fully broken in. And how do you know when your subs are fully broken in? You really won't know much with the 4th order because it's in a sealed enclosure when I push it. But I just know by basically where you know you're not going to get any louder. With what you currently have, you can tell that's where your limit is. For me, by ear. Break-in is a myth for a lot of people, but I know it's not a myth because I could not play low as I can now after they broke in. The subwoofers are moving a little more than they were at first. All right, anyway, enough of me baffling about that. So I have around 580 square inches of port right now for 415s. It's tuned. On paper, it's tuned to around 44 hertz. But peak-wise, I can't tell y'all all that where it peaks, but y'all just guess on the comments what y'all think it'll meter once you see the power in the back. So, the front of this, I added Dynamat since the last video. It's ugly. I got a lot of footsteps and things in here. It ain't gonna be pretty. But yeah, that's all I did here is Dynamat near the front of the passenger and the driver's side. Since the last video, I also changed this. I had wood block and all of this. Basically, I had the AC and the heater core back here running lines. I took that all out, and that's where I have a little issue right now, is knowing I need to make sure that my coolant system is running properly without the heater core and the AC. I took both of them out. I want to make sure my transmission and my engine are staying cool. I didn't have any lines that I took out that I didn't need to. I'm still learning. I'm not a mechanic, but that's one thing I'm working on through. So all I have up here is literally just a platform of wood with my head unit, 80 PRS Pioneer. I have a SoundCube voltmeter and a Stinger voltmeter, and my 2 bass knobs, which y'all already see I have 2 bass knobs, so that gives you a little hint for the amps. And then I have a bass knob here that controls the RCA output to the back, where I have a 4-to-1 distribution block. And I also tape this side of the door. Now, one question a lot of guys ask is, why do you tape? Why do you do all this Dynamat? What is the purpose of it? So, it's better looking than wood. It has a smooth surface. I didn't want to paint it because I do so many changes. I can remove tape. I can't remove paint without sanding. And I just taped it up because I figured it looked good. And I liked it, even though it's not pretty. But yeah. I taped it up because it makes a smoother surface than just the PVC here or the wood or fiberglass or whatever. And I don't want to really fiberglass the box because I don't want to lose by doing it. And up here is very ugly. Again, this is not a pretty build. I just have my 2 6.5s and my 4 little cheap tweeters for Pioneers on an amplifier. I'll go ahead and show you. So that's all I got for inside the vehicle. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. This vehicle build has been done by me and Jessica. 90% of it, well, 100% of it, 90% me, 10% Jessica for physical work. She's helped me with do a lot of it, and Jessica's my girlfriend, if y'all haven't seen her in some of my other videos. So yeah, that's all it looks like in here. Once again, comment what you think I will do on the meter once I'm done showing y'all the amp rack. All right, here's the amp reveal, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the amp I'm running on my mids and highs. It's just a PPI 900.4. It's a cheap little 4-channel amplifier that gives me enough power for the tweeters and mids. It's all like, I don't care too much for the mids and highs. And I have a 4-to-1 here. And y'all see, I'm giving you a hint before I show the amps. I got 2 RCAs running in the back for the 4.5 SP4 15s, the Plus series, as y'all saw in my previous video. Before I show you, I'll go ahead and just wanted to say, appreciate you guys always watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, and if you have any questions, just ask about anything when it comes to cardio in general. Appreciate you guys always watching. So here we go for the amp reveal. So the subs one more time. Let's go to the back. JacobViral. Here's my amplifiers, guys. Da 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 da. The Crescendo 6Ks. I had the SoundCube 4500s. Now I have the BC 6Ks. They're backwards because I wanted the inputs on this end, so it's not going to look pretty. I don't care about pretty. I just care about no vibration and loud. So I have 4 Crescendo 6Ks. 2 straps per 2 subs. Crescendo 6Ks. I will not talk about what I'm metering or what kind of power I'm clamping or rise or any of that in this video. I still got to let them break in before I talk about that. For now, that's all I got for you guys to see for the launch release of the amplifiers. I haven't updated anything outside of just changing the amps for the back end, and I have an additional Limitless 70 amp hour. So I have a total of 170 amp hours of Limitless power, lithium, which results to, if you go by their paper, 35,000 watts on a burst RMS it can handle with 900 amps of charging, which I only have around 700-ish amps of charging, maybe 650 after the stock of the vehicle. So yeah, my voltage you'll see later in another video for how it does. But I'm running these at half ohm, guys. I have 2 of them strapped to 1 ohm, which is half ohm. 1 ohm strap, half ohm per sub. The top one in the middle, the third one down, is to 2 subs, and then the middle one, top, middle, and bottom is to the other 2 subs. And I have all of my wires ran, no terminals, no metal or screws, literally straight through the wood, all the way to the subwoofers. I don't have any bolts or terminals or any kind of mounting mechanism for them. It's going straight through the wire. And that's 8-gauge wire. I could have done 4-gauge or 10-gauge or 6, but 8 gauges work fine for me, and I've never really seen any difference between the 4 and the 8-gauge. So I just went and saved 40 bucks by doing 8 instead of 4. All right, so Crescendo 6Ks, 4 of them, and the Limitless 170 amp hours. Before I had 4 SoundCube 4500s, and I had 100 amp hour Limitless. Now I basically went up only about 20% in power, and I went up about 60% in my electrical for the battery storage, for the battery. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope this video has made y'all some excitement. There's a couple guys that have been really waiting a while for it, so I figured I'd finally show you guys what I have back here. Crescendo 6Ks. Took place at the 4500, so 1500 watts extra per sub, per amp, going to the subs. And instead of having 2 Atwood fans, I now have 4. Cooling it. Let me go ahead and turn this on real quick. Why not, just for y'all. I have a little switch here, it's ugly. Watch how loud this is back here, guys. Keeps them cool. So I can feel it, I can feel the air all the way over here. So it's definitely gonna keep them cool. So yeah, it's definitely going to keep them cool by having them up there. But the main reason I got 4 of them instead of 2 is because I needed a little more airflow. Another thing is I don't have to ever full tilt. I'm not going to ever demo full tilt to where it's clipping. I could clamp the power I rated at the subs, 3500 watts clamped power, and have about 3 or 4 knobs from full tilt and know that it still demos 60s. Last thing before I go is my previous build, I managed to get a 63.4 kick score and a 62.3-ish, 62.4 sealed on dash score on my previous build. Now this build, tell me what you think in the comments, what you think I'll do. Doesn't matter, headrest I don't care about. I care about kick and I care about dash, or basically on the glass. The reason I don't care about headrest is because I don't compete, and that's normally not a popular area that people compete in. And the headrest is always going to be a couple of dBs less, especially for me, because the pressure in the cabin for some reason is louder near the opposite end of the port. And if I compete or bring up my numbers on the headrest, it's going to be a lower number than if I show you the numbers at the kick and at the headrest, at the dash. So go ahead and comment what you think I'm going to do on the meter, and stay tuned for the next video, guys, for what I'm doing as in power, how much I'm clamping, what numbers I'm doing when they're fully broken in, and for a demo video coming. So later, guys, it's JacobViral out. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hey, what's going on, guys? Daily shout out goes to DB's The Gifted. Man, I appreciate you watching. He said, hey Jacob, I got a channel under DB's. It's a gifted series called The Flex Files. It's an infancy. I'd appreciate a shout out. Thank you if you do. So he's always a commenter. He comments on a lot of my videos. A lot of guys get feedback from him from his demo videos I post. So I really appreciate you, DB's The Gifted, for commenting and watching my videos, being a subscriber. And there's your daily shout out for the day. Thank you guys always for watching. I appreciate the support and feedback. And remember to comment what you think I'll do on the meter in the description below. And hey, any of the demo videos I post, if you want a shout out over, just say, hey Jacob, give me a shout out and give me some good feedback about the system I post for that day. So until next time, I'll see y'all. This is JacobViral out.